drawing powers in South Australia, Port Adelaide and Norwood. Not that way at the moment on the premiership table, but who knows how to play. Hall in the legs against Lum, in ruck for Port Adelaide. It favours Lum. Lum gets the first away up towards Curtis. Port Adelaide can't get clear through that player. Ginniver now row out there with him. Ginniver loses his chance. Quickly in McNeil for the legs. Tackle, not good one. Smart off the boot. Chance now for Port to go in. No, Michael A says otherwise. Works the ball towards the half-forward line. Jets hard out there at the moment. Can't even get a kick away. Michael A should get into the fray. Oh, Marty, high tackle. The umpire rules that way. And it's Michael A to put the legs in from centre half-forward. Too far out to score. Puts in a long one right up towards full forward. Ducker at the back looking for it. Ducker! Fine mark. 15 metres out right in front, and that was a tremendous mark. He'd probably be the least strong of the group that were there, and he fell back on the ball beautifully, and he should not miss from here. 4 metres out right in front to the lake in. Absolutely no miss. The Lake Mill Pond calm as Ducker thumped through the first goal of the afternoon. The legs off to a great start.
Are they ever in? We noticed the Port Adelaide players engaged the Woodville type huddle before the match. They certainly attacked the ball hard, but I think it was Michael Aish who really set the example for the Norwood side. He really went in. He's the captain of the side. He attacked the ball at ankle level. He won the free kick. He put it up high and long, and it was superb judgment by young Mark Ducker. And we noticed that last week at the parade. He's a man of supreme judgment. He's a fine mark and fine goal.
Craig Lum, big job for him today. Russell Johnson not playing for the Magpies. Balm rather. Ace. Norwood go forward from Postdyke. Opportunity for Payne. There's a free to Harrison, but he's going to play the advantage. Towards it, and Michael Ace sits under it and takes a very difficult one. Ace has started well. Swings onto the left boot. Barnes his target. Good mark. And Barnes recently has shown some good aerial work. His kick is towards centre half forward. Punch clear of Kelly on the ground. Maynard with the left boot shoots in towards goal. He's just offline. Norwood have their first point there. 1-1. Port haven't scored.
An unbelievable sight here at the back of the stand at Footy Park. Not a cloud in the sky. In magnificent condition, and the exciting afternoon in front of us. You can't ask for anything more if you're a football follower. Neil Barm, you can just see him above the crowd there, looking a little relaxed at the moment. He hasn't been for most of the season. All in Laney means that Hutton's going to have to work hard. He got a good sit on the footy and turns the ball towards centre wing, close to the line. In fact, it's out on the full, and the penalty free kick is actually is going to be taken by Pike from centre wing.
Pike kicks long, although the ball is starting to die now. Gee, Norwood look a lot sharper than Port Adelaide in these opening minutes. Rowe had it and then let it go, holding the ball, they yell. Port Adelaide may come away with it. No, Abernethy's boot went across the line as he hooked the ball around, so it'll come back for another throw in. Certainly a great opening by Norwood. As I mentioned, they look very sharp. Port Adelaide, after a recent slump, climbed out of the coffin last week when they beat Central District at Alberton Oval. There's going to be Craig Barm now to take the free kick. He's a pretty important player to Norwood too. His unorthodox plays are certainly helping them out. There's a great mark there by Kelly, who came in and tumbled to the ground and took a fine mark. So once again, Norwood look as though they might kick away to a quick lead here in the first quarter. 4 minutes, first quarter. Crowd still streaming into Football Park. Well in excess of 20,000 by the time this game goes much further. Craig Kelly, final shot. He's put that across to the left and it hit the post. No bad luck for Norwood. 1-2 now. Port Adelaide yet to score.
There's a very little breeze to talk about today. The ground is in absolutely magnificent condition and temperature about 18 degrees. It's just a fantastic day for football. Harrison on a lead. Not a long way, but he's got boot to it now. Puts it towards centre wing. Pike, gee, what a great player he is. He's turning into one of the best defenders in the business. Pike directs it towards centre half forward. Up high was McNeil. Rode well by Ginniver. Ginniver goes towards centre half forward, a difficult one. Hall got a fist on it. On the ground, Murdoch. Oh, well dispatched. Fosdyke now with plenty of time, puts it in short. His target is Rowe. Juggle, he's got it. Rowe at centre wing. Norwood going into attack. They certainly are looking sharp. Well, that came off hands and went straight to Fosdyke. Lucks a fortune as Fosdyke puts it in towards the square. Kelly back. Off the ground, Kelly, he's done it. Oh, what a goal. Great Kelly, boots his first. Norwood get their second. They're really looking good. 2-2. Port haven't scored.
Yes, well, that's brilliantly done. Incidentally, the ball would have been taken back if the ball hadn't have come off the player, because the umpire had already whistled a 15-metre penalty. He claimed that the Port Adelaide defending player, Marnie, had come across the mark and smothered the ball illegally, but the ball went down and Norwood kicked the goal, so they weren't disadvantaged in any shape or form. 2-2-14 to Zilch by Port.
Big crowd here at Football Park, loving the action. Big John Hall coming in for the ruck. Got the left hand on it. Well, Barn was hit high, and the umpires let it go on again, and there's Taylor, who's playing centre for Norwood. Big chance at full forward. Kelly couldn't mark it. Duckett picks it up, hooks it back. Not a bad shot, but just offline. A point for Norwood. So the way they've lined up, David, with Barn at centre half forward, Kelly at full forward, and Michael Taylor in the centre, certainly at this early stage, it's paid dividends.
Yes, they started this way though last week, Peter. Their first half against North Adelaide was nothing short of sensational, but they were found wanting in the second half. But long way to go on this. They really have started well again. Here's a chance for Port though. Phelps it is. Puts it in towards Darren Smith at the back. Oh, Warhurst out in front. Timely mark. Warhurst wanted to go to the outer side, then comes back grandstand. He's picked out Maynard in between two Port Adelaide players. So Maynard goes short, Payne's loose. Norwood can build, or where's he going? He's going to run into trouble. He's lost it. The tackle was applied by Fiacci. Fiacci turns out of it, but the umpire indicating that he might have been out of play. That's the case, so there'll be a throw-in on grandstand side. We've had about 7 minutes. Norwood are 2-3. Port haven't scored.
Throw-in on the half-forward right flank. No guessing who she barracks for. They haven't had a good season today. Hopefully for them it'll get better. Hall against Lum. The bodies go in. At the throw-in. Hall did it well. Got it to Pike. The half-forward line. Richardson's got a chance. His arm couldn't get the sit, but he's wound up with a footy. Gets it across to McNeil. Good football if it comes off quickly. Tanner now. Smothered. Marnie. Oh, he's pushed in the back, and the free kick got to go to the Port Rover. Marnie at centre half back. Whoop. Missed Fiacci. I'm not sure it was meant Fiacci. He's got the ball in the corner of the defensive square, big defensive corner of the square, as he goes back towards the half-forward line. All lumbles towards it. He did that one well to provide a shot for Maynard, but it wasn't successful, and the ball is out of play.
8 minutes first quarter. Norwood 5 scoring shots. Port Adelaide just well, they've got it up there once, but they were cut off by Warhurst when they did. Arms locked there. Good umpiring to let it go. Michael Taylor couldn't really get it out very far. Abernethy, the skillful Abernethy, picks it up, fires it in towards the forward pocket. One of the best forward pocket specialists in the league, O'Brien, but the handle wasn't very good. It went over towards Ginniver, but he couldn't do much with it. So we'll see a throw in right forward pocket for Port Adelaide.
Norwood really are covering up pretty well. The defensive work to date has been very good. And they've kicked 2-3 as well, so good start by them. Into the quarter. Well, Scanlon ran into Phelps. He's in trouble. The umpire is going to play a hold in the ball decision, and a great chance now for Port Adelaide as Scanlon went the wrong way, went straight back into Phelps. And the big fella has it about 30 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle. Port need a goal. This is their first real attacking move. Phelps puts it on its way. It's coming back. It hasn't come enough. A point only. That's their first score. Norwood at 2-3.
Well, they've got a start, but of course they are without a lot of their attacking players. Hodges, Leslie, Anderson, although Leslie's centre half back, but certainly Anderson and Hodges will be missed from their attacking division. The ball on the half back line at the moment. Port Adelaide a little bereft of their star players, but Abernethy's one of them, and he's got the footy. All looking in for O'Brien. Can't get it. Ross back on the ball for the legs, but there it goes out of play in the full forward right pocket.
Norwood's tackling so far in this quarter has been very good. We mentioned last week that Glenelg's tackling against West Adelaide was the best that we'd seen this year. And perhaps some of the other clubs are starting to think about it. Ivan has been added to the coaching panel at Port Adelaide. He was one of the best tacklers in the competition when he was playing. Perhaps he's telling them how to do it. Abernethy, brilliant player, but again that kick just offline. Another point for Port Adelaide, but they're just improving their work rate a bit. They're 2 points now, Norwood 2-3.
Yes, they have lifted just in the last couple of minutes. Warhurst to Pike's dangerous. Abernethy will cut it off. He got a hand on it. Payne comes in to compete with him, but it's over the shoulder. It's a free to Abernethy at half forward. Now Fiachi's loose in the pocket if he wants him, but he's going to go for distance and for the goals, and he thinks he can get both. Kick number 5 already for Bruce Abernethy. I'll need a big one from him today. Kick looks pretty good. A lovely kick indeed from Abernethy. He was right on both counts. He got distance and he got the goal. Port get there first. They're 1-2. Norwood are 2-3 on Seven's big lead.
Well, if you keep on trying, you've got to be successful. Abernethy's had 2 shots from there. Phelps has also had 1, and that's the first one that's successful. But Port Adelaide now into the game. They're down by 7 points, and still they pour into Footy Park. There's going to be well over 20,000 people there, and how'd you like to be one of those exasperated men in those cars there, and ladies, waiting to get into Footy Park?
Yeah, they've left their run a little bit late, I think. A lot of people still having Sunday lunch. Port Adelaide going again. Maynard put a hand on it. Phelps got a handball away, but it missed the player running in Boyd. It's Payne who clears for Norwood. Well, that kick looked good initially, but it went behind Aish. It wrong-footed him. Port Adelaide are going to come away, though, through Hutton. Back towards Boyd. Maynard and Boyd. And Marnie. Marnie puts a hand on it. It's very close to the boundary line now. Boyd went in very hard. Now Borlase gets his first touch. O'Brien's there. Part of it, something will happen now. Marnie, yes, he saw the player at centre half forward. That was Curtis. He got a bad bounce. In went Tanner. Out goes Michael Taylor, and he aims it straight for one of his runners. That ball's going to stop, by the way. It won't go out. The player that's going to meet it from Port Adelaide is Arlen Kennedy. That handball wasn't too flash. Michael Taylor. Scanlon. They're going to handball it out now through Richardson and wider to McNeil. The handball was at his feet, but Tanner it is who's going to bring it away for Norwood. Up towards half forward. Again, very close to the line. Ball couldn't mark the ball. Players pack up and the umpire will bounce it.
Good crowd, great conditions, and still they're coming into Football Park, so something in excess of 20,000. Barham couldn't take it. Working hard at the bottom though. Can't get it out, an umpire. David Elliott is who decides on a bounce. So 2-3 Norwood, Port 1-2. We're up to 13 minutes of the first quarter. Game. Phillips it was that thumped it forward, or taken cleverly by McNeil. McNeil on the left foot, boots it in towards the goal, getting across. Kelly, top mark. Too strong in the air for Delaney, and now Craig Kelly the chance to boot his second goal. Well, he's been shifted to full forward. Barnes playing at centre half forward and playing well, and both moves so far have been successful. Kelly, point blank range, third kick. He's kicked 1-1 already. Plenty of deliberation. No breeze to affect the kick. Kelly, he's just got it, just snuck it in. His second, Norwood get their third. 3-3 now to Port 1-2.
Yes, that was a long probing kick coming in there from the Norwood wingman, and it came very high, and Kelly's a very strong player. Plays well either centre half back, centre half forward, and a very important player to the leg. With Ducker in the pocket, who's more of a player who's finesses the ball a lot, and still managed to take that mark in the first few minutes of the game. They've got 2 up there they can shoot.
I think Neil Barnes picked a pretty good side here today. John Hall, the double-handed push out towards the incoming Craig Barham. Plenty of players in there. A quick kick away from Harrison. At half-back it's Scanlon. This half-back line of Norwood's is very good. Back to Michael Taylor. He's relishing that pivotal role today. Up goes Aish. One-hander, couldn't take the mark. Rowe, here's another go. Craig Barham takes off. Can he kick it straight? Yes, I think he's got it. A big goal, his first goal from the Norwood centre half forward with his third kick. Norwood career away now, 4-3 to Port Adelaide, 1-2 on his big lead.
Having these moves been successful. Barnes played very well at centre half forward. He's kicked his first goal, but Kelly's got 2 from full forward. Both of the moves very good. Both players on top at the moment. The attack of Norwood, the defence of Norwood is on top. They're looking very strong. They're leading by 19 points and we've had 15 minutes of the first quarter.
The 2 strong men on one another. Phillips and Lum should be a great clash. Lum at the bounce. Couldn't get his hand to it. No one could. Ginniver got the foot to it up towards the half-forward line. Maynard there with him farmed out. Phelps. Here's a chance. Curtis gives it up. O'Brien wants the bounce. Gets it. Shoots for goal. The umpire goes galloping and you should not miss those, Michael O'Brien. You'd be disappointed, no doubt yourself. 1-3 Port Adelaide, 4-3 the Legs.
Yeah, good start, Norwood. 15 and a half minutes in. 3-goal lead. Oh, he's in front. Bit of body work there. The umpire let it go, though. That was good umpiring. He's whistled it up now, though. There'll be a bounce down. Left half forward flank for the Port Adelaide side. Good crowd in. Certainly approaching the 20,000 mark, perhaps even over. Harrison around the body. A big floater for the Darren Smith. Can he mark that? He can. He's pretty good. Couldn't do it. O'Brien, Curtis, a long one to Borlays. The opportunist, can he beat to ball? A point though, results from it. Port Adelaide's attacks have been just a little bit untidy there. That last kick at goal, they always seem to be under pressure and off balance.
Warhurst brings it back into play. Richardson was his target. Well, Harrison did well in the finish to get a hand on it and force it out of bounds. Half forward right, Port Adelaide into attack, except for that easy shot that Michael O'Brien had. Most of their attempts for goal have been under pressure. Borlays missed it, thrown out by Rowe. He'll get it back again. Rowe hands it off to Fosdyke, close to the line, but he's kept it in play, or the kick from Fosdyke is not good. Lum's in the way. So Lum stays at centre wing. The kick behind the play will now put Port Adelaide back into attack. Centre forward, Pike used his body. Rowe dropped what he should have taken. He gets it back again. Tanner's his target. Out wide, he'll have to work hard. Harlan Kennedy meets him. The handball was from Tanner. It wasn't effective. Curtis, high tackle on him by Stephen Rowe, goes unnoticed. Picking it up was Kennedy, unloaded was Kennedy. Well, it's strong at the moment. A series of handballs and put Norwood away. McNeil has it. Oh, Ace is clear. Lovely kick. Ace has got it at half forward. Off goes Duncan, but he goes in towards the goals. He gets unloaded as he gets his boot on the ball. And he's offline, a point only, but a very good attacking move by Norwood. 4-4, Porter 1-4.
Michael Ace slipped Harrison. Good 20 metres in it then. Delaney short. Abernethy. Port Adelaide back pocket. Long one towards centre wing. Pike gets the bad one. Borlays doesn't. Loses the footy. Here's a chance now. Tyler. Lost it however. Ducker gives it across there to Swanbury. Up towards the half forward line, but there it's taken by Delaney.
Delaney's had a hard time of it in this match, and his opponent is Kelly. Disbury, yeah, we'll say Disbury. Kelly pushing the back against Delaney. So Kelly capable of kicking his 3rd goal. He's had a great start. Very strong young man. The Norwood lead is 3 goals. Kelly gives that everything. It's just pushed off slightly to the right, so definitely as we approach 19 minutes in the first quarter, Norwood is 4-5, Port Adelaide 1-4.
Well, he's kicked 2 goals too now, the strong full forward. Causing headaches for Delaney, of course. David Hutton boots it forward of the centre wing. Coming to meet it was Lester Ross, or judged it well. He's going to be called a strong tackle. On the ball is the correct decision. Brilliant tackle from Ginniver. Ross had got clear, but superior pace, and then a great tackle from the little man. Ginniver wants to get around Ross. Kicks now with his left boot. It's not well put. Well, it should have been marked by Disbury. It wasn't. Warhurst lends forward. The looking kick goes past Pike. Ross can't get it. Throw in right half forward. Put out to attack, but they're trailing by 19 points.
Half forward right flank throw in. It'll be Phelps against Disbury. Chance now for Scanlon to clear. The sit was right. Oh, the run is great from Taylor. Through the centre line, go the legs. Towards the half-forward line, Balm, 1-2 grabs. underneath him, Phillips over the top, and the umpire will come in and bounce. Umpires David Elliott and Neville Thorpe. David Elliott, who umpired so well last week. Taps the ball clear, comes out now to Port Adelaide's Curtis to the half-forward line. Marnie looks for a running player, gets it. Abernethy takes one step, then hits a huge one right up towards the half-forward line. In front there, the mark not paid to the Norwood defender. What is why? The umpire doesn't have to explain, but he'll come in and bounce.
Put in a change bench. There's Rowan Smith. And the kicking of Abernethy is certainly an object lesson to anybody playing or watching football. He's had 7 kicks and missed a couple of shots for goal, but the length of his kick is worrying Norwood. Clears for the Redlegs to the outer side. That's a good falling mark. Tanner, he back on that and took it well. Seen Tanner play league football for a while. Picks it up half forward. McNeil is under the ball, punched away there. And it's out of bounds, so right half forward flank for Norwood.
Norwood interchange bench, and some interested onlookers. Balls in the middle of that. Barham got the tap, but it was taken by Fiarchi. Fiarchi's put it straight out of play. So it will be a Norwood free kick. Tanner will take it. Norwood in front by 19 points. It's been a good opening by them. Breeze blowing whatever there is across the ground. So neither end favoured. Tanner on a sunny afternoon puts it towards half forward. One-handed. That's difficult to mark that way off the back. Rowe goes short. Maynard. Kelly a chance. Under pressure from Delaney. He'll need help there. Tries to get it back to Maynard, but it's past him. In goes Maynard now. The short handball wasn't successful. A Port Adelaide defender in Delaney kicked it clear. Coming to meet it now was David Hutton. He couldn't control it. It came from his boot and went out of bounds. No free kick. It's a throw in instead.
4-5 to 1-4. 22 minutes gone, first quarter. At the throw-in, tapped down there by actually Richardson. His chance, Fosbuck will need help. Payne, unloaded by Curtis. Coming clear, Hutton drives to the half-forward line. O'Brien waits his opportunity. Chance to use the pace off. Straight lead, and he's got a charge 30 metres out in front. Any Breeze assisting his first kick would have to make the distance. Port Adelaide desperately needing a goal. Smith has said yes, he's helped them, got his first, their second, 2-4 to 4-5 on Sevens big lead.
Well, outstanding play by O'Brien, it really was. His ball handling was sure, and he took off, and the kick to the leading Smith was magnificent. Smith had booted 46 for the year until for this game, so that's number 47 for him. He hasn't played all year at full forward either, so he's a very good goal kicker, a real spearhead for Port Adelaide.
Well, that goal has brought the Magpies back within 13 points. Craig Lum up against Disbury at the moment. Lum won it. Ace will take it. He bolts out of the centre. The kick was smothered, but it's given Richardson a chance. Payne's running into the pocket. Richardson, a left-handed handball, will find Payne. Payne gets a boot away, but it's not well directed. And the mark is taken in defence by Tyler. Tyler in opposition to Mark Ducker today. Goes short. Fiarchi's attended at centre half back. Off he heads now towards the centre of the ground. Oh, up high, what a mark. Phelps it was. Terrific mark. Well, he wanted to go on, no. Well, I don't know whether that was the correct decision. He looked as though he was playing on, but he puts it towards Smith, got a hand on it. Chance on the ground for Dover, slips it wide. Here's a go as O'Brien is it that kicks in. The kick is on the way. It wasn't O'Brien, but it was a great goal. Port Adelaide player in, I think it may have been no, it's Arlen Kennedy, in fact it was Arlen Kennedy that kicked the goal. Port have got their third, 3-4 to Norwood 4-5.
We got him right in the end, but Arlen Kennedy, fine goal in the pocket. Now Port Adelaide's smaller players starting to get into the game. That was a brilliant shot on the left leg. Warhurst trying to cover, trying to mother, but he wasn't successful, and it went straight through for their third goal, Kennedy's first.
Magpie supporters are everywhere today. They're making plenty of noise. They really are. Port Adelaide coming back. Centre of the ground will have another bounce. Well, 3-4 to 4-5. Been plenty of action in the quarter. We're just running into full time now. Goes Disbury. Did that well, and so did Fosdyke as he weaved a path through that pack. The lead is on. Kelly is out there. Can't mark the ball. A chance for Tyler. Straight to Rowe. Rowe lines it up 20 metres out. He shaved the post as well. And Rowe is down behind play. He doesn't look too well either. He's finding it very difficult to get up, in fact.
Yes, he's being attended by the trainer at the moment. He doesn't look well. Not sure what happened to him. Play goes, however, as Tyler comes grandstand side. The lead from Phillips was good. Kick now towards centre wing. It's in open territory. Oh, good body use. I don't know. Illegal body use. The umpire, I thought he'd done it okay. But Scanlon with the free. Short. Off goes Michael Taylor, but it comes back the other direction to Scanlon. Scanlon now puts it deep into the pocket. Chance for Richardson. He's gone home. Unable to mark. Rowe got it on the barn. Barnes going to be caught, but he hands it off. Maynard from 30 metres. Puts one on its way and he's got it. Oh, good goal to Norwood. Good ball. Kick to Maynard. First goal. Norwood 5-6. Port 3-4. Top action in Big League.
Fosdyke's working well off that grandstand side there. He's got numerous kicks already. Bleeped there by Richardson. 5 kicks for Fosdyke. Almost successful, but a series of handballs under pressure, which were pinpoint stuff. Good football, and finally made from 30 metres. The legs 5-6, Port Adelaide.
All shapes and sizes here at Football Park today. Taylor, centre wing. Delaney looks like he'll come off. Richardson now starting to get into the game. Fosdyke, who's that'll go to Taylor, who's having a ball in the centre of the ground. He's loving it, and he puts it forward. He's chance to get it. He comes in and takes the mark on the chest. Taylor is right in the action. He's had 7 kicks. McNeil goes for home. Players there. I think may have marked it. No, not paid. The hairball comes out. Payne, point range, and he's missed. Or only just, but that may have been over the post on that one. Norwood 5-7, Port Adelaide 3-4, 27.5 minutes first quarter.
Yes, and Roger Delaney is off the ground. Paul Northeast has come on to replace him. Northeast, of course, goes to Tasmania tomorrow morning, the Teal Cup side. There he is in the action straight away. Centre wing, Tanner can't control it, and Kennedy was in there. And there'll be a throw-in on the outer side. So 5-7 Norwood. It's been a good quarter for them. The league 3-4. We've had almost 28 minutes of the first quarter.
Northeast came in from the west on the gate side, and he's going southeast to Tasmania tomorrow. Work that one out if you can. Tanner gets it across quickly now to Disbury. He goes long, floats to the half-forward line. Back in defence, it's Phelps. On the left leg goes long. Port Adelaide on the half-forward line. Ball aims behind. Michael back in defence. Geneva first there. Can't keep the ball in play. Throw in between wing and half-forward left flank. 5-7 the legs. 3-4 Port Adelaide.
Big crowd at Football Park, as we have mentioned, in excess of 20,000. And Port Adelaide have opened poorly, but they've got back into this game in the first quarter. They won't have to say that it has been Norwood's quarter. 5-7, 12 scoring shots Norwood, 7 to Port Adelaide. A good tap down finds Rowe. Rowe uses the left boot. There are magpies everywhere. Phillips thought about playing on. The umpire said he has to. He uses that left boot to heave the ball out of the defensive zone. Here goes Geneva. Another build for Port Adelaide. Geneva saw him. Couldn't quite half volley it. Fortuitously though, Warhurst was there and it bounced straight into his outstretched arms. Only Kennedy wants to get rid of Payne. Kennedy kicked Port Adelaide's last goal, and it was a gem. Left-footed from left half forward. Goes ball ace from behind. Pike's the man in front. Oh! Excuse me, umpire. Pike was the man in front. There were only 2 possible calls there. Pike's mark will play on. But obviously there was a third. Ball A's third kick. He doesn't normally miss. Doesn't either. Port Adelaide's 4th goal. Ball A's first. Port 4-4. North 5-7. 7's big league.
Well, goodness gracious me indeed. I can't believe that happened to them at the 30-minute mark of the first quarter. It's put them within 9 points, but I'm sure that James Pike considers himself a very unlucky man, and I agree with him.
Happy Mother's Day. I want to be paid to get in. Could be she. Lum gets the thump away towards the half-forward line. Tanner back in defence. Comes out grandstand side. Boyd and Ace with the run. Ace gets into the ground. How? I don't know. The umpire didn't agree with me. Now Ross. Payne towards centre wing, and it's taken there by Justin Scanlon. Goes across. Well done. Running player is Michael Taylor. Out goes Ducker now, but he's also got Rowe on the half-forward line. Rowe's got time to have a look. Hooks it back. Won't be far enough. Or will it touch it? But just in any case, it was offline. And 1 point to put to Norwood. 5-8 to 4-4.
Norwood far more fluent when they run the ball through centre half-forward than Port Adelaide. Michael Taylor in the middle seems to have the know-how for that spot. Because he played a lot of his football in his younger days there at centre. VRG's playing hard to pick the ball up. The sign has gone to end a very entertaining quarter of football here at the park. Port Adelaide 4-4, Norwood 5-8 on Seven's big lead. Second quarter, Football Park, Norwood leading by 10 points. It was a very interesting first quarter. Norwood got away very well, or in fact, they played consistently well in the first quarter. Port Adelaide did it in fits and starts. Arlen Kennedy got pushed then, and the umpire either saw it to consider it in the back, or he didn't see it. Another bounce down. Lum put his hand on it. Michael Taylor had it. Over the shoulder. Gee, there's been some soft kicks today. Still, we see a lot of that in recent weeks as Taylor goes long. Kelly from behind played a great first quarter. Kelly Ducker got the handball out. Now Barnes' kick around his body is a very good one. Under the ball there is Pike, who started the game at half back. He's either done a Ross Gibbs on us or he's having a run on the ball. He had number 4 in the first quarter. Who is this man? It is Pike. He's changed Guernsey and he's changed position. He's going to kick a goal. No, he's not. He's nearly kicked it out on the full. So he just got a point with it. So Dave Parsons had to tell us why he is in the forward line, David.
Why has he got number 14? That's bemusing. It is Pike, there's no doubt about that. That's not James Pike. That's very nice. Kick to the outer side. Almost a mark to 8. Kennedy can't. Lum has it. Well tackled Fosdyke. Here's an opportunity for Curtis. Got a terrible bounce, but he's going to go back and get it. Swings onto the right boot. Centre half forward he goes. Good body work by Scanlon. Lays it off to Murdoch. Murdoch puts it towards half forward. Bit of pushing and shoving. Ace got the mark. He's going to be paid. I think he might have got into the back of Harrison a little. The kick from Ace will be marked in defence by David Hutton. It was too wide for Ducker. Hutton did well. Hutton's kick will find Arlen Kennedy. He heads onto the left boot. Puts it towards centre half forward. Big man wanted. Phelps up high, but it's going to be a Norwood mark, I think. The man at the bottom of the pack has got it. It's Rodney Maynard. Maynard played pretty well in the first quarter. Well, he's got Tanner loose. It may be a little dangerous. No, Tanner will take it okay. He wants to get on with it quickly. The run was there from Ross, also from Warhurst. Warhurst has got it. Luckily, got it on to Taylor. He slipped to the ground at the crucial moment, but got it back to Barn. They're tackling all over the place as Tanner needs a set. Now they may be able to go direct as Tanner puts it in towards the pocket. Up high went Kelly, couldn't control it. On the ground is Colin Bald. His kick is a shot. the boundary line. It's out of bounds, half forward, right flank. Norwood are into attack and leading by 10 points.
3 minutes gone, second quarter. Crowd still building. Lum. Phillips over the top. Tanner. Richardson ceding ground. Michael Taylor drops onto his booty. Floor. Play on. Kelly, a hard tackle. Michael Ace did well. Up towards full forward. Oh, gee, the bounce there could have determined the goal. It was Hutton who had to come to meet a very awkward ball. Luckily for him, it just got onto his body, and with his hand he thumped it through his own line and conceded the point. 5-10 to 4.
Mark Tyler picks out Boyd. Touch risky, but it worked. Now Boyd's got to work out what to do with it, because he's got no one to kick to unless he goes short. He did. Curtis fires it out long, looking for Phelps. He's come down from centre half forward. Phelps has the run of it now. Pick it up, which he's finding it very difficult to do. Shoots out a long handball. Hutton in turn tries to pick out Abernethy on the line, but he misses him, and we'll see a throw in right half forward flank now for Port Adelaide.
Norwood 5-10, Port Adelaide 4-4. Look at that sky. It's magnificent afternoon. Conditions absolutely perfect. Fosdyke to Richardson. Well, he's got past. Well done. He got through Borlase and gave it to Pike. Now centre half forward for Norwood, over the head of everybody. Hillman goes back. Ball comes to meet it, but it's taken by David. His left foot kick is a beauty and finds Alan Kennedy in the centre of the ground. Kennedy's kick is too long for Curtis. He'll get it and go over the top. Well done, Curtis. He got floored, but he's got it onto O'Brien. O'Brien goes short. The pass is good, and he's found Phelps at centre half forward. And Curtis, some 30 metres behind play, gingerly gets to his feet. But it was good play by Port Adelaide. Good system. And Phelps now the chance from 35, 40 metres directly in front. It's kick number 5 for him. He'll get Port back within 6 points if he can boot it. Phelps puts it on the way. It's a drop punt. He's hooked it a bit. The umpire goes a fair way. It's a point only. Port 5-5, Norwood 5-10.
Hard to kick those drop punts a long way. What's happened to the screw punt? They seldom use it these days, but I always thought up to 45 metres the drop punt's on, but above that it's pretty hard. Hall gets it across to Murdoch. Murdoch to the half forward line. Harrison in there front. Barham did it well. Looked like Harrison's mark all the way. Barham heaves a long one up towards full forward. Kelly's about to get a leap at the back. With him there is Tyler coming out with a few to behind in there with McNeil, and the umpire will come in and bounce it as the headlock goes on Harrison. 5-10 plays 4-5, 6 minutes into the second quarter. Hope he's got some rights. Hope he's paid for him, that is. Over the top, Phillips. Got to be a free kick to Northeast there. Put the saddle on. He's got a centre half back. Paul Northeast, who replaced Delaney at centre half back for the Magpies to edge them out of defence. Awkward kicking action, but he made some sort of ground up towards Pike, who lost possession of it. Alan Kennedy to use his pace. Tanner put paid to that. Here's a chance now. O'Brien, Borlase, well done. Hall smothered off the boot. Murdoch back in defence. Out he goes. That was Marnie. Likewise Murdoch. Marnie butters up again. Tapped out clear. Curtis can't keep the feet. In goes Borlase. Hooks it back. Can't get it. Smith can't get the half volley. Quickly now a chance on the left leg. Phil back to O'Brien. Shoots and he's offline. 1 point only Port Adelaide from that promising attack.
Well, they're starting to miss the easy ones now. I wouldn't call that easy, but O'Brien, well, that's his bread and butter. He normally kicks those. Port 4-6, Norwood 5-10, 15 scoring shots to 10. Norwood have had the better of this game so far, as Scanlon takes it out towards centre wing. Good body work there, Phillips. It's one of his main attributes. Heaves the left footer back towards Darren Smith. He won't get to it. Ginniver will. Is he good enough? Hooks it around on the left. Boot. I think he might have snuck it through. Great goal, Ginniver. His first from his 5th kick. Port Adelaide come back now. 5-6. Norwood 5-10 on 7 lead.
Yes, a true Ravens goal. That well done by Ginniver after Greg Phillips it was, who used his big frame to perfection and then thumped it into half forward. Ginniver knew where the crumbs were, and a lovely left foot snap by him has brought up his first goal. Port have done well to fight back, because Norwood had a lot of the play in the first quarter, and at the 8-minute mark of the second they're back down within 4 points. It's been a good fight back by them.
First goal for the quarter, taken almost 8 minutes. Lum at the bounce. Hall gets the hand to it. Get it effect. In goes Kennedy with with him, Fiarchi. Abernethy gets the ball smothered. Kennedy again to the half-forward line, a floating punch. Well taken there by Borlase. Clear, heads off, puts it up towards goal. Getting back, Rawhurst. Only a metre to go and it would have been through. Will come out wide, find Murdoch in the back pocket. Didn't gain a great deal, but it's safely with Murdoch now as he edges it further out. Michael using his body to fight. Slip back, Canner. The running player is playing through the centre line, go the legs. Puts out a long one. Ducker coming to meet it. Can he get there? Northeast, well done. Likewise, Phillip, but it went to Payne. He's got problem. Back over to Rowe towards the line. Northeast with him. Rowe's got him to beat. Does it with ease. Hooks in towards the pocket. Here's a chance. McNeil. As the pace gets round 1-2 on the left leg. 20 metres and then shoots for goal and puts it through for his first. 6-10 legs. Port Adelaide on 7's big league.
Well, I was amazed when McNeil just instinctively played on. I think probably 9 out of 10 players would have gone back and taken the shot, or 10 out of 10. But not McNeil. Off he went with gay abandon. It didn't really matter who was around him. He got around one, then he got around the second. With his 5th kick, casually put through his first goal. Norwood 6-10, Port Adelaide 5-6, 1.5 minutes second.
There's a goal by Norwood. It started with Michael Aish, and that little fraction, he caught one a bit high. He was holding his head there for a while, but here he is in the action again. Well, that's in the back. Freeze to Aish. My co-commentators don't agree that the decision was there, but I can assure you it was a definite push in the back. Forward right, Colin Ball goes back to get it. He's under pressure from McNeil. O'Brien, back, or Hall went to ground. Can't get back in time. Well done, Fosdyke. Scanlon rather, a lovely half volley. Scanlon goes in the pocket. Kelly, good mark. It was a beautifully put ball from Scanlon. And now Kelly the chance to boot goal number 3 for him. Played well. Coming up 3 months. He's already booted 2-2. And there's the angle. 45 degree. He's only about 30 metres out. Distance shouldn't worry him at all. Very little breeze out there to affect the kick. If anything, he should be aiming for the right goal post. Well, he hasn't. He's dragged. Has come back. It's a goal. It's a lovely goal from Kelly. He's played well. He's kicked 3. Norwood progressed to 6-10. They've opened up a lead of 10 points. Port of 5-6.
Just as well Kelly can't hear 7's action replay because he went for the wrong goal post, but it faded back the other way. But whatever it was a strong mark. Well to him, and gee, I'm impressed with Kelly in that spot because he's got a great pair of hands. He's very strong indeed. He can hold ground, and on that occasion knew where to kick the footy.
7-10, 5-6. We're just past 11 minutes. Hall snared by Abernethy. A quick kick away. Haven't seen Abernethy since the first quarter. Hasn't really been in it. A great first quarter though. Fiarchi played the ball in front of him, then handballed it through the legs of an opponent. That player being Fosdyke. There will be a free kick to Norwood. Fosdyke takes it, brings it back to Hall. Hall lumbers off. Oh, excuse me. Been hurt then, but he got to Scanlon. And the running player is McNeil, one of the quickest players in this Norwood side. Payne now flanks him and gives him something to aim at. He's deep in the pocket. He's got a centre. The lead is on. Maynard, a lot of looseness there from Northeast. It's pretty obvious, I thought, that Payne was going to send the ball because I don't know that a shot at goal would have been too positive. I don't think he would have made it. So the 5th kick now to Maynard. It's not a bad kick either, Maynard. It's straight through the centre. He didn't aim for the right post either. He's just got his 2nd goal. Norwood are 8-10, Port Adelaide 5-6 on 7's big lead.
Yes, again, a good build-up by Norwood and some clever thinking in the pocket by Payne. Perhaps not so clever thinking by the Port defenders because they allowed Maynard to come down, cross the half back loose and then kick the goal. 8-10 Norwood, 5-6 Port. It's been a good quarter now for Norwood after Port had fought back and got within 4 points. The lead at the moment is 22 points.
The Port runner running out to Phelps at centre-half back, saying how did Maynard getting down there to kick a goal. Michael Aish it's the ball out, but can't get it out before umpire Elliott calls for a bounce. 8 plays 5-6. 13 minutes into the second quarter. Great day, great crowd, good football. Hall gets the thump away towards Barnes. He got the foot, he didn't want it. McNeil likewise. Coming away, Harrison now. Onto the boot, floats one to the half-forward line, Scanlon with strength. Michael Ace needs running support. Oh, got out of that beautifully. Sold the puck well, puts it out to Payne at centre wing. The legs into attack again for 15 metres. The umpire obliged against Colin Ball. Payne, a long one in towards the half-forward line. Over the top, Kelly again. Can't quite bring it down. Duggar, Kelly in. Gets it over now towards Rowe. McNeil, beautifully done. Takes his 10 into the open goal and puts on his second. Brilliant, McNeil. Well done, Rowe. The legs, 9-10, Port Adelaide, 5-6 on Sevens Big League.
Well, the last 4 or 5 minutes has been a real session parade for Norwood. They've just gone from strength to strength. McNeil has got 2. Maynard has come down from centre-half back to boot 1. And Kelly's got the other. So Port Adelaide have just been lagging. They've seem to have gone a little bit defensive. And Norwood have taken full advantage and booted 4 quick goals. Norwood 9-10, Port Adelaide 5-6 as we approach 14.5 minutes of this second quarter.
Centre bounce, it's John Hall up against Craig Lum. Hall wins out. Curtis a chance, but he lost it, or Pike had it too. Finished with Curtis. He slipped it to Ginniver. Ginniver went to centre-half forward. Maynard did it well. Now Fosdyke. Where's Richardson? He's on a long lead. He should have marked it. Under pressure now from Harrison. Got a handball away. Fosdyke comes to lend support. It was a Harrison boot off the ground. Went forward. Murdoch got it back to Fosdyke. Fosdyke towards half-forward. Phillips. Great mark. One-handed. Held Barm out with the other arm and took it with his left. He goes to centre-half back to Lum. Directs play towards centre-half forward. Maynard got a fist on it. Phillips tried to get back, but it was Curtis on the ground. Oh, well dispatched by Curtis towards half forward. Here's an opportunity. Arlen Kennedy heads it in towards the full forward area. It's the safe hands of Maynard in defence for Norwood that took the timely mark.
Actual fact was Lester Ross, but looking a bit similar. Sorry about that. Fosdyke gets the ball unlocked by Lum. Chance for the big fellow. In there's Ross, or is it Maynard? Fosdyke, Payne at centre-half back. Now Pike puts it out wide. Here's Maynard now. Good mark at centre wing. He charges off. A long lead. That's beautifully put if he can get it. Oh, Duncan gets the free run. The mark. Close attention given in there in the back line by Hutton. And Duncan plays on. He gives a charge to Rowe. He's found him. Good pass. And Rowe has got a charge 30 metres out on the 45-degree angle. Not frightened to move the ball around on short lead. 7th kick to Rowe. Nice looking kick. It's going to come back. It just slips in. Boots first. The legs go on their merry way. 10-10 to 5-6 on Sevens Big League.
And Port Adelaide have got problems. They really have. I noticed Rowe Smith is getting ready to come on for them. The player coming off is Fiarchi, but Norwood's disposal is far better than Port Adelaide's. They're picking players out. They're fighting. They're running that ball along the grandstand boundary with great effect in this quarter, running it up forward, and it's certainly paying dividends. This by 5 goals for a big lead.
Yes, it is a big lead as Craig Lum tries against Disbury. Work it forward, but only as far as Fosdyke, and the umpire sorted out a 3. Goes to Scanlon, gets it over to Lester Ross. Lester puts it towards centre-half forward. There, couldn't hold it. It was too high for Boyd. Getting back Duggar. Duggar gets it to McNeil now. Back to Barm with ease. Norwood looking very confident as Barm puts it high to the full forward area. Kelly's claiming the mark, but I don't think he's going to be paid. He's going to go back to Port Adelaide, and the mark will be Craig Lum's. So Lum will kick Port out of defence for the moment. Getting very close to the man on the mark, and his kick travelled towards centre wing. In front, David takes the mark. So Port can build as Hutton bolts off, puts it towards centre-half forward. Phelps on the ground, well, did that well, got it out to Fosdyke. Fosdyke's got plenty of room to work in. Ace on a lead. 10th kick to Fosdyke was a good one and found Ace. Ace was centre, Taylor's drifted down from the middle. He's on alone. Curtis a long way from him. Taylor can just about get distance from there. His 11th kick is he's got the distance, but not the accuracy. But only Norwood certainly on top at the moment. They're rearing away from Port Adelaide. They're 10-11 to 5-6.
Using the half-back line as a springboard for the attacks too. A lot of looseness from Port Adelaide, not putting pressure on as they come out of the spot. Tyler will go in short, looks for and finds northeast in the northwest pocket. Northeast goes out long over towards centre wing. Phillips is there. G used his strength well on that occasion. Flips it back now. Abernethy off the half back line. Gets it long up towards the half forward line. Thump clear. Here's a chance. Payne if he can get the set. Or he's going to have to ride a bump out well. Puts it over to Ace. Ace now into the pocket. Rowers there. Loose men everywhere. Port Adelaide started to chase jumpers. Makes it difficult. The looseness is coming from further afield. Rowe looks the lead. He's going to put it in high. Desbray can't bring it down, and now it's Phillips. Hooks it back towards centre. Chance for Tanner, and he's got the ball between wing and centre. The legs in attack again.
Well, it's an exhibition at the moment, Ian and David. They're just too good for Port Adelaide. Not a great deal happening out there for the Magpies. They just can't generate any creative football as Richardson brings it back. The man they call the Tan Man. He had a quick change of direction and handball's out of bounds. His target was Abernethy, but it was just a bit too far for him.
10-11 plays 5-6. A top crowd in excess of 20,000. Barn got it to Payne. Well, his handball was intended for Richardson, but it came off the knee of Abernethy. Swooped upon by Phillips, and he's got it to Ball Ace. Now Ball Ace puts it towards half forward. Brian, it is out on the lead, has got it now. There's a man loose at half forward. Wayne Marnie it is. He touched it. Marnie can kick a goal from there. He's only 35 metres out. It's hit the post. Bad luck for Port Adelaide. They've done on a couple of occasions. They need goals. They get a point only. They're 5-7. Norwood at 10-11.
Yes, all the luck's bad at the moment, David. They need a break, Fosdyke, but umpire hadn't finished waving the flag, so take two to Warhurst. He goes out wide the other side this time and finds Payne. He's got time to charge off to the lead of Neil. Norwood using the ball very effectively indeed. At the moment they're on the half back line. Off goes Richardson. He wants the ball on the half forward line. That's the air it's heading. Ace is there. Richardson to the back. Ace in front. Fosdyke again. Has a chance to press long and deep. Puts out a pass. Richardson makes the position and he's got it on the half forward left flank. Taylor's in short. He's still in short. Richardson can't see him, so he's going to kick him long. Puts it up high looking for Kelly. Ace is there. Kelly in the back of the pack, and I think he's got the mark. Gee, he is strong as I said before and playing exceptionally well. He's taken 4 marks, already booted 3 goals, and kick number 6 coming up. And he's been a winner for Norwood at full forward this afternoon. 10-11 to 5-7 at the moment. That's a lead of 34 points. Already Norwood starting to edge Port Adelaide out of the game. Still stranger things have happened. She looks fairly docile at the moment. She's obviously not worried about which way the result goes, sitting in the pleasant sun. And he boots his foot. And Norwood move on now to 11 to the Magpies 5-7.
The ground at Negalon. Well, there's not much you can say. Well, not much needs to be said about North's performance. I think we've said it all. Perhaps to be repetitive, we might suggest that their disposal is just too good for Port Adelaide. When they get a player, it finds that player. Their handball is not really defensive. It's very positive, and they're just running the ball man to man up forward. There's not a great deal of opposition by Port Adelaide presently. Order 11-11. Magpies wallowing at the moment, 5-7.
Peter, I saw them do this last week against North Adelaide. After half-time, it was a completely different story. North Adelaide manned up and a bit wanting in that second half last week. They'll have to improve to, I'm not suggesting that they're as good a side as North Adelaide. They'll have to improve if they're going to get back into this game. Fosdyke turns them out on this occasion as Warhurst gets it. Bouncing out of the fence comes Tanner. Over the top he goes. Payne. Well, he's going to get caught. No, he got past Aaron Smith. On it goes to Maynard. He's an attacking defender. Maynard, he's already kicked one and he's put it towards the square. And there's the man again. God, he's supreme in the air today, Craig Kelly. Mark number 5. He's already booted 4 goals in this move of putting him to full forward. Kelly from about 5 metres. Miss this. Be a very good first half for him. 5 goals if he can get it. There's still time for him to kick more, of course, but this will be his 5th. Oh, he's missed it. Swung it round the wrong side of the post. A point only. Kelly's kicked 4 goals, 3. Norwood have got 11, 12, Porter 5, 7.
Well, with Delaney off, it's left to young Mark Tyler to play full-back, and he's very inexperienced in terms of league football games. And of course Kelly is one of Norwood's more experienced players, playing exceptionally well. At the moment they've got a 41-point lead. Tyler decided where to go. Harrison gives him a lead short, goes out longer. Here's a chance centre field, taken there by Alan Kennedy. Goes out wide. Rowan Smith on the ground now at centre wing. Or slips a nice handball back to Abba. Abba's about to go to have a run. Smith gives the lead. Going out wide now. Phillips is going to be the leaper behind. Phelps it was. Ross. Great tackle there. Michael O'Brien. Brilliantly done. Phelps has got to break the tackle too. Or runs around in circles. Can't find anyone to help. Hooks back. Smith. Thumped away. Rowan Smith gets through the pack. Or can he? This way, that away. Darren Smith's father. Rowan Smith back in there waiting for the footy. But the players can't get it out to an advantage. And the umpire will come into bounds.
Once again, the tackling and the bustling of the defenders, just harassing Port Adelaide into errors. Darren Smith's at centre half forward now. Phelps at full forward. Plenty of moves have been made. Darren Smith pushed it through. Fosdyke playing very well for Norwood. Got it to Disbury. Disbury has a great kicking action and he spears that one to Payne. Off goes Payne. He's got too much pace. And ball. And he's streamed into half forward. No, he's run 100 metres. 8th kick, right into the square, cut off by Tyler, and in fact Tyler will get a free kick for a hand over the shoulder. But a great run by David Payne.
Yes, it certainly was, Peter. Players gone on, and a lot of the crowd thinking it was a goal, but it's got to come back. It will be a free kick to Port Adelaide. Tyler will take it in the last line of defence. Payne showed tremendous pace and acceleration. Bull had no chance of catching him. Tyler now to kick to the outside. Craig Lum will be his. It's Phelps out there. Phillips went up high. He's got the mark. So I just wonder if perhaps Phelps has been being moved. He is. He's coming back into defence. It looks like he may go to full back on Kelly. Meanwhile, Phillips puts it towards centre wing. Not well placed. Fosdyke had an opportunity. Went down. Out went Tucker, but he gets a free for a high tackle. So Mark has it at centre wing, a long way from where he's positioned. A pass to the leading Richardson. It's too wide for him. On the ground was Phillips looking for help. Payne got through, got legged in the finish. He's going to get a free kick. Now off goes Fosdyke. He's played a great second quarter. Fosdyke boots it in towards the square. Harrison at the second attempt will thwart this attacking move by Norwood.
Norwood by 41 points. Harrison gets a lead. Curtis this side, goes the outer side. A high kick. Owen Smith's going to have to leap against 3 Norwood players. In front there was Fosdyke. Not good defensive work by Port Adelaide. A throw in on the half forward flank. Norwood in attack and doing it easily. In. Barm. Rowe. Michael Aish under pressure. Gets it out towards Richardson. He needs a running player. Rowe is there. McNeil now. He's got the pace high. The umpire says not going to be a goal. Kelly again. There with him all the way, but Kelly tucked in right against the post. And this is a more difficult shot. He's going to come back in field. Oh, he's up for Payne. Northeast came over the top. Should have spoiled. It wasn't a hard one to spoil. Couldn't find the leather. And Payne is going to have a shot. 25 metres. Well played, Kelly again. The angle now, not that acute at all, as you can see. David Payne playing a ripper. Kelly gives a lead, or Ducker gave a lead. Really, he should go for home and does. 9th kick produces his first goal. Norwood 12-12. Port Adelaide 5-7 on 7's big lead.
Well, Coach Russell Lever has had to apply the surgery to the team. Certainly changed it around now. Tyler's at full forward. Phelps has gone back to full back to cover Kelly, the magnificent Kelly. Darren Smith is at centre half forward. Rowan Smith's on the ground, of course. A running on capacity, but Norwood just took 12-12 to 5-7. That indicates how good they are.
Yes, late in the second quarter they lead by 47 points. It's a big margin. Ford into attack. Curtis has battled hard all day. He gets it on to Northeast. The kick from the youngster goes towards centre half forward. Fosdyke comes out with the ball. Here's a chance for O'Brien. Slips it to Borlase. Borlase to Tyler in the square. Port get a badly needed one. Tyler kicking first. 6-7 then the Magpies. Norwood 12-12 on 7's big lead.
To say that Port Adelaide desperately needed that goal was the understatement of the day. They've kicked 2-3 to Norwood, 7-4 in this quarter, and they're now dragging the chain badly. Obviously, Tyler has gone from full back to full forward, a position that he'd rather be, I would imagine. He's come into Port Adelaide as an attacking player. And a string of handballs there, started by O'Brien, got it out to Northeast, in turn quickly to Tyler, and they got a walk-in goal, as David called it. But they still trail 6-7 to 12-12. We must be very close to half-time at Woody Park.
Lovely day here at headquarters. And, Port Ruckman in Lum comes in and tries to beat Disbury but can't. Univer fights hard for the ball, but he's well tackled. As I mentioned before, the tackling of Norwood today. 29.5 minutes, second quarter. Play time on, obviously. Norwood have booted 7 goals this quarter. Port Adelaide only 2. There's a bloody young fella there. Smith went in head first and saw the play go over the top. Rowe got it to Richardson. Richardson has tapped dance merrily around the ground today, picking up kicks pretty easily. Disbury couldn't quite mark the ball. Port Adelaide. Great day for football here at the park. Big crowd here. And a good kick-off there. 2-1 Kennedy. Kennedy goes long out of defence. Gee, Port Adelaide would love a score before the break. Smith, he's just thrown out of the pack very easily. Scanlon picks it up. The handball rolls over the line, centre wing. We'll see a throw in that spot. And there's a brawl behind the play. A great deal has happened in the last 15 to 20 minutes, except Norwood goals. I suppose they feel like doing something.
Yeah, they haven't done much in football skills, Port Adelaide, in this quarter. Perhaps that was the thing to do. Well, the bell's gone. Fight into the first half. And at half-time here at headquarters, it's been a good game for Norwood. They're 12-12-84. They lead Port 6-7-43. The margin at half-time is 41 points.
A 7-goal second quarter by the league sees them lead by 41 points as we catch the second half at Woody Park. Ball from the right, Lum from the left. The big fella gets up. Once again, the legs get first use of the ball. Barn, a little high tackle, but not worried by the umpire. Down goes Lum. Gets it out well, but it's straight to his counterpart in Hall. Goes towards centre wing. Fosdyke, who had a burster in the first half, gets the ball to Richardson on the flank. Against Rowe, hooks it back well. Fosdyke again, in there Taylor. Fosdyke has to make a metre, big haul in there to help him, but doesn't need him as he puts out the pass and finds Taylor half forward left flank.
Taylor's had a ball in the centre of the ground today, and that kick wasn't that good because it was marked by Phillips. There's Taylor's opponent, Curtis. Short pass, Smith, and that was very well done. Smith went to start forward in the second quarter. Well, that kick was under pressure. Marnie couldn't mark it. Through goes O'Brien. Can he kick another one? He's offline with that as well. Well, he hasn't been a big goal shooter today. In fact, he's kicked 3 points. So not a good return from the erstwhile opportunist. 6-8 Port Adelaide. 12-12.
Warhurst goes for Aish, finds him at half-back. 11th kick for Michael Aish. He's played well. Centre wing. Taylor in front. Pike wearing the number 14 still. Hooks it back towards Barn. Richardson running with the flow of the ball. It's an awkward one for Barn. Phillips has tightened since quarter time against Barn. They've had a very interesting duel. Neither of them out at the moment. Umpire will bounce. So 12-12 plays 6-8 Norwood in front. crowd in excess of 20,000 here today. Cars have stopped coming here. Geneva, Rowe, and play.
Throw in on the half-forward left flank, 12-12 to 6-8. The Legs led by only 10 points at time, but they kicked 7-4 to 2-3 in that second quarter and walked away with the game to half time. Rowe on the left leg, puts out the pass close to the line. Payne couldn't find him. It was difficult on the left leg to hook it back. It went under pressure by Phillips, and the ball out of bounds, half-forward left flank.
40 points the difference, 2.5 minutes, third quarter. Port Adelaide's work rate will need to go up significantly. But Aish again intercepts. A lot of hard work today, Aish. We saw him in that similar role last week where he was attacking the ball at ankle level, doing all the hard work. He needs to. McIntosh isn't there, serving the second match 3-week suspension. Completely missed that ball. Geneva picked it up, shoots it towards the wing. Out comes Darren Smith. Gee, got front spot very well. Abernethy picks up. Quick one forward. O'Brien lost sight of it. Came out the back door though. He's got pace, O'Brien. Spears one out to Borlays. Oh, the handball. Archie was short. Cutting it off in there was Maynard. He was held. Maynard's free kick. He played well today. Puts it out wide now to Tanner. Tanner's also played well. So has this man, Payne. He's been a star, in fact. Payne, very creative player. Very pacey too. Bounced the ball about 5 times in one part of the play in the second quarter. Kelly couldn't mark that. Ducker went over the top of it. Kicking it out was Hutton. And Kennedy ran a dead heat there with Taylor. Right, Taylor back door. Hall, Fosdyke. Fosdyke will find Aish as easy as you like. So I tell you what, if I was Michael Aish, I reckon I'd be alongside him. Ducker. Too good North. Their disposal far better than Port Adelaide's. And Port Adelaide's defenders, gee, they just don't seem to stand alongside their opponents. So Ducker has it. He booted a goal in the first quarter. It's been said before, but this young physiotherapy student is a man of exceptional ability. That is dead centre. 2 goals, Ducker, from his 4th kick. Norwood 13-12, Port Adelaide 6-8 on 7's big lead.
Well, you just can't afford to give Michael Aish 1 metre, let alone 30 metres, and that's what the Port Adelaide defence did. And as soon as he got it, Ducker got in the top of it, and the young fella boots his second goal. Norwood have played extremely well. Port looked lethargic, they struggled, and it's going to be a big fight now for them to get back into this game. They're trailing by 46 points at the moment, 5 minutes into the third quarter.
A happy leg supporter, as well she might be, or he might be. She might be, take your pick. 13-12 to 6-8, they're going well. Lum at the centre bounce, got a lift, so do a lot of Port Adelaide players. Ball against Lum. Lum gets the benefit of the bounce. Can't get away effectively. Through comes O'Brien. Did it well. Showed a lot of pace. Drives in long. Up towards full forward. Warhurst. Strong mark. Tyler's back at full forward again. He went there. He started at full back, and then he went to full forward after Kelly was proving too much of a problem for him. Here's a chance. Borlays now might be just beyond his distance. 45 metres. His best kick will do it. Just puts it right up into the square. Hall is back in defence. Tight almost. Close to the line, and the ball is forced across for the Miners' score. Port Adelaide on to 6-9. The Legs 13-12.
Don't really know what Port Adelaide can do to get back into this game. They're just simply not good enough. And if you're not, you're not. Murdoch shoots it out of defence. Barham tries to get over the top. Geneva has been a pretty good player for Port Adelaide, as usual. Rowan Smith, he put himself in a good spot, but his hands were too soft. Murdoch wheels out of defence. It's back towards the centre of the ground. Up very high, but no mark. Colin Ball barges his way through the pack. Now Warhurst and Tyler again. Tyler one hand. Was one hand there by Warhurst, but not sufficiently according to the umpire for a free kick. It's out, left forward pocket, Port Adelaide. And the Magpies are presently 1/2 of the Norwood score.
So 90 plays 45. It's Marnie that went over the top. Pike kicks it clear, but only as far as Fiarchi. George has it at half-forward left. Do they need a goal? Trailing by those 45 points. Fiarchi's 5th kick. Hasn't booted a goal as yet. Chancery's first. It's only 45 metres, I mentioned. Great shot from behind the goal, and you can see the ball drifting away. Point only. They need goals, they're getting points. 6-10, plays 13-12 on Sevens big league.
They sure do need goals. They're down by 44 at the moment. No breeze at all. Warhurst floats one out. A hard one to read. Rowe with a pace. Set. Fiarchi can't catch it. Beautifully put. Richardson right. Centre field. Off goes Kelly now. Ducker one way, Kelly the other. Gives it back to Payne. He'll have to make it. Now to Richardson and the double play. Off goes Ducker. He's got it. Right forward flank. And the youngster's got a chance now from 30 metres out. Norwood does as they like, using the ball brilliantly and kicking pretty well too. Mark Ducker booted one on the first minute of the game. Now coming into the game more strongly. Richardson gives the lead. The lad's confident he can make the distance. Or kicks into the man, not a good one at all. Chancing his arm was Boyd, lost it. Abernethy has time for one bout. Hooks back towards Rowan Smith at centre wing. Up, Buddy! We just have a little tete-a-tete behind play. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Boyd goes for holding the ball, and the free kick will go to Ducker at centre wing.
Good player, Ducker, but again he's kicked into the man on the mark. Well, it's a fundamental error, but not too difficult to overcome. He's just got to ball a bit higher. So the man on the mark. Port Adelaide will come away now. Over centre. A big pack of players. John Hall took a good mark in there and gave it to Michael Taylor. Taylor shoots it up left half forward flank. The man in front is Richardson. His opponent into his back. A handful of shot Craig Baum. A little pacey Craig Baum. Spears one in there to centre half forward. Payne couldn't take possession of it. Now runs away from Port Adelaide. Ball on centre wing. He's an opportunist. Darren Smith plays it on. Here's a go for Port Adelaide. Ginniver is a man in the square. Tyler on his own. Ginniver though centres the ball. And a great spoil there from Michael Taylor. Tanner, I think it was. Very intelligently done. So at 9.5 minutes, Port Adelaide 16 or 13.
Well, he's certainly happy, all right. What a handsome lead it is for them. 87, the year of Norwood. Well, time will tell us that. North Adelaide supporters and the base supporters may have a little to say about that. They slipped off. Man. Far too good for Arlen Kennedy. Put his kick well, straight to Maynard. Maynard's gone wide. Opportunity for McNeil, he's got it. Up he goes. Oh, yes, he's the play on. He ran straight into a Port defender. Had to swing back on his left foot. He's put it high towards centre half forward. Difficult to get it out. A lot of vigorous work at the bottom of the pack. So there's the crowd. Big crowd turned up for today's double header. Of course, the clash that follows should be a good one. The one between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. At the moment it's Norwood absolutely slaughtering Port. Oh, Ace again. Got it to him. It was a lovely lead and a beautifully put pass. Strong hands from young Mark, giving him the chance to boot his third. He's only about 35 metres out now. Let's see if he can kick a bit higher or go back a bit further and get it over that man on the mark. Seventh kick for Ducker. He's gone back about 25 metres. He's got it airborne. The accuracy's not with him though. But only Mark Ducker's kicked 2 goals, 2. Norwood a 13-13, Port 6-10.
Incidentally, the runner has been out to Ducker since he kicked twice into the man on his mark. Obviously, Barn telling him to go back further. Here's the best man on the ground in my opinion today. The ball again, Fosdyke. 16th kick coming up, Fosdyke. We're just on past half-time. Not one of his better ones. It was a floating kick. Well taken out of defence there by Hutton. Kicks long. White can't. Ball A's in there. Smith. Richardson comes away with it. Payne out his lonesome. wants them, that's where the ball will. Norwood always have that man who Port Adelaide don't want to know. Big leap there by Ace, not successful. Ducks the chutneys, he goes in, comes out the ball. Sit out quick now, here's a chance for Kelly again. Flies one in high, wobbles around. Wrong side of the aluminium, 1 point only to the legs. 13-14 plays Port Adelaide 6-10.
All of Neil Barnes' moves have been productive. Kelly at full forward, Barm at centre half forward. Michael Taylor in the centre. Port Adelaide will run it out now. Boyd and Phelps involved there. Phelps at right half-back flank. Good. Goes to a couple of Norwood players. Fosdyke again in the action. To throw him over the boundary line. So, David, what do you think? Port Adelaide, any chance at all to get into the game?
Well, not much impression since half-time. It was 41 points at that stage. The difference now is, 46. In fact, they've gone backwards. Struggling, Peter. They can't get anything, any purpose in their football at all. Would have every answer for them. There's another man who hasn't had such a big game today. Barnes in trouble. It's Pike I was referring to, who took the good mark. Kick number 8 for Pike. An absolute blinder last week against North Adelaide. Certainly Norwood's best player. Barnes still got problems. It looks like cramp. Trainers attending to him, so for the moment they're 1 man short. And that's Harrison in defence. He's going to come off, Barnes, limping off. He will come on. Curtis has got it in the middle for the man. He's put it towards centre forward. Warhurst a big thump. Barnes changed his mind. He's gone back, limping back too, to centre half forward. Meanwhile, Ginnivan's got the ball. It's Port Adelaide back in the square. Wayne Marnie, after the Ginnivan kick, headed over the top of the Norwood defence. Marnie was at the back waiting for it. Barnes at the other end of the ground looks as though he might be going to full forward, and Kelly coming out the centre half forward. Marnie at the other end shoots the goal and puts it through, just snuck it in the finish. Wayne Marnie boots. Port Adelaide have got their 7th. 7-10 to Norwood, 13-14 on the 7's big lead.
Yes, it's one of the first times that the legs defence has been found wanting. On that occasion, there were 3 Port Adelaide players waiting for the ball to come in, and only Murdoch back there desperately trying to spoil the mark, which he wasn't enough to do against Marnie. Yes, Barm has gone to full forward. He's coming out to centre half forward. He's having a at the moment. That's pretty interesting, that is. They're headbutting one another. Here we go. Oopsie-doo. Umpire Neville Thorpe just rushing back there to say, what's going on, fellows? How's it going after you've been there 10 minutes? Not a bad reception he got as he came out to centre half forward. And hang on, what's the umpire going to do? He's going to give the ball to Port Adelaide. That's interesting, that is. I read it the other way, but umpire Thorpe didn't, and he's the one that counts. Half forward, Port Adelaide, they need a goal. Here's a chance. Scanlon breaks his way through. Umpire Elliott said he was pushed in the back. Down he goes again, plus he's 15 metres. The game is hotting up, don't the crowd like it? Well, I thought he was 15 metres first. Peter thought he was off. There's a real half forward. And I'll give my left armpit that it's Phillips and also Kelly in there at the bottom of the pack. They're really getting into it. Phillips comes up. Kelly comes up for air. And I don't know what it's all about. Peter, what would you do?
That's the first time I've ever heard anyone put their left armpit on the line, Daisy. I thought you were going to say something else. I was about to run for cover. But there's an uninterested spectator. It was Scanlon. But I must say, Greg Phillips is an eminently fair player. I couldn't imagine him starting anything. And it all seemed to happen when he went to half forward after Barm got the cramp. So Murdoch kicks it up to half forward for Norwood. Boyd behind McNeil on that occasion. Rowe shoots the ball out to Payne. Norwood are playing with Port Adelaide as Richardson runs through half forward. Tries to set it up for the double lead. Cutting in front. It was well done there to O'Brien. Started in the forward pocket. Now Rowan Smith into the game. Clever handball. Penetrating in fact. The underground one from Marnie doesn't come off. Norwood defenders everywhere. 4-1 down there. The umpire calls play on. And it's Murdoch. There now the umpire going to have a chat to Marnie. Or is it McNeil? But anyway, it's out on set wing with Port Adelaide trailing. 7-10 to Norwood 13-14.
Well, the footy might have been very hot, but the action has been pretty good. Disbury waits to come on. I think Hall will come off, but he's got the ball at the moment on the outside, so dispose of that. Does so to Scanlon. Scanlon puts it towards half forward. It went through the hands of David Payne, supporting Richard. Caught. Still manages a handball, but it took too long, says umpire. Free kick will be Geneva's. Geneva gives it to Alan Kennedy. Through the middle of the ground he goes. Marnie's on the lead. Wing goes Lester. Now Marnie will take it. Where's he doing? Turning and turning out of trouble. He gets a left foot. Given Abernethy a chance. He into the top. Hooks around. Oh, lovely shot from Abernethy. Most a sensational goal. Just hit the post. The point there to Port. They're 7-11. Norwood to 13-14.
Port need goals, not points. The game hotting up, as the boys have told you. The crowd really enjoying it. Warhurst with that awkward kicking style, never less effective to the extent of about 50 metres. Fosdyke always seems to have time cleverly to Pike. The longer one over now, Scanlon. Norwood build off their half back line. Scanlon goes long, up to McNeil on the half forward. In there, Kelly. McNeil hasn't got the footy. Now for Archie. Puts out a nice looking pass, having to make a metre. Oh, he made the metre but couldn't take the pass. It was Alan Kennedy on the outer side and the ball tumbles out of play.
Magpies can't take a trick. Even one of their thought that had fallen to the ground as well. 7-11 the Magpies, Norwood 13-14. Not a deal happening out there football-wise. It's been mainly punch-ups of late. Just never know, that might spark a bit of interest with the Port effort. Curtis tried to get out of trouble. Arlen Kennedy a quick kick away. Marnie puts one hand up. Tyler now is playing. I think he might be at centre half forward. Smith's back to full forward. Smith in front. Good mark. Good strong mark in front of Warhurst. There's no doubt that Warhurst was too strong for Tyler, and I think that the Russell Ebert move of Smith back to full forward was the correct one. Smith's fifth kick coming up. John Hall about to be replaced by Disbury. Smith got under that, but it is straight. Second goal, Smith. That puts a bit of interest back into the game. 8-11 now for Adelaide. North 13-14. Seven's big lead.
Well, it certainly has livened up a bit, Peter, but Port's still trailing by that 33 points. There's a big gap to bridge. They need more direct football like we just saw then, and need a focal point. Smith could be the answer. He has kicked, 48 goals for the season. If he can fire it full forward, and they need somebody firing centre half forward, they need two attacking players to get back into this game.
Bound. Disbury can't get out of the centre. Rowan Smith, that's better. Curtis sets it up now. Through the half forward line, off goes Smith within there. Warhurst getting back on the ball. Oh, Smith lost his footing in the end, and a chance now for Ross to clear. Puts it well to Tanner. Tanner in turn has Michael Taylor, but he's going further. FID, I think the umpire is indicating that the free upfield will go to young McNeil, almost to the half forward line. Now the best tempered to Phillips and Kelly lead, but going out wider to Payne, who gates that loose end with a good running. Ian turned to Richardson. Put Adelaide defence on this occasion. Richardson uses pace, gets around, shoots in long. I think he'll be a goal. Down Richardson, kick 9, first goal. Fight back, 14-14 to Port Adelaide's 8-11.
The Norwood players just seem to be working harder than their counterparts out there. They're prepared to run that extra 30, 40, 50 metres to get into the open space, and they're making things happen. On the other hand, Port Adelaide seem to be just building the ball forward and hoping for the best, and that is not going to produce a victory here. Norwood 14-14, Port Adelaide 8-11 on Seven's big lead.
Well, our two combatants are still at it. Round 4, Phillips and Kelly. Meanwhile, in the centre, Port towards centre half forward. Scanlon will turn out of trouble. Got it to Ross. Back to Scanlon in the 1-2. Scanlon's kick is towards centre. And there's another loose Norwood player, Stephen Rowe. Rowe goes towards the leading Barm. Stephen Rowe. And Barm, who I think may have hurt himself. Well, he was limping before and almost came off the ground. A bit probably. Barm chips in short. Kelly had got away from Phillips. Loose checking by the centre half back, and Kelly now from about 30 metres out directly in front. A chance to boot his 5th goal. Kick number 10 to Kelly. He played very well at full forward, and then Ian Phillips have had a ding-dong go since he's moved to centre half forward. 7 marks. This will be 5th goal if he can get it, and it's okay. 5 goals is a productive effort. Norwood 15-14, Porter 8-11. Porter in trouble.
Neil Baum doesn't look all that happy. I don't know why. He's 7+ up at the moment, but he's still pondering there. Or as a friend of mine, Mr. Coward, used to say, pontificating. I don't know what it is. They can still go. And the whole thing started about by one wanting to push the other into the big centre square and so get a free kick for his side. Still they play with one another at the centre half back spot. I suppose that's defensive football, but it can prove costly as before because Port Adelaide got that free kick. Meanwhile, back at the centre bounce, going through well was Tanner towards Rowe. He takes care of Curtis, but illegally so, and the Port Adelaide player gets a free kick check side of the centre line. Put the Magpies into attack. Down by 45 points, finds Abernethy, the running player. Abernethy gets himself into a bit of trouble. Got to get it back again. He did it well. Still ground covering kick up towards the half-forward line. Doing it well there was Tyler. Lost it. Disbury can't find it. Ross gets Oaken. Michael Aish gets it out now wide. Tyler. Tanner it was. Finds Rowe. That's going to win. The legs go into attack with a long one.
Richardson's there. Big leap over the top. Harrison, though, not terribly effective. Trying to tap the ball out of defence, the Port Adelaide defenders. They're running into trouble, though. Boyd couldn't pick it up, but Harrison can. He tries to find Rowan Smith. He couldn't half volley it. Rowe was fighting very hard. He's a good player, Rowe. Went in very hard. The umpire will have to bounce it. Right half forward flank for Norwood. 15-14 to 8-11. 3 goals Norwood have kicked this quarter. You see John Paul there. And a bit of a rest in the Norwood bunker. He smacks it out of bounds. Not a great deal happening at the 24-minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, he's got his eye on the game. Phillips goes to the back. Almost missed that. Payne's a star today. Lovely pass to Fosdyke. He's played very well. So's Aish. They've all played well. Richards got it. Off goes Baum on a lead. Oh, Disbury will Baum. Take your pick. Disbury won. No pressure whatsoever. And he's grumbled one and he's just missed it. Well, you can't believe it. You can't believe on two accounts the lack of pressure and the fact that Disbury could miss such an easy goal, but he has. 15-15 plays 8-11. It's a slaughter.
Even Baum cracked a smile then. See, the lad did everything right. It was a great lead, a great pass, a great mark, and he bolted off brilliantly, and then he just pulled the kick somewhat. Fosdyke in, and well taken there by Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor could almost heave the distance from there. He's about 45-50 out. Kick number 14 coming up. He's never green, this fellow. Always plays well for the legs, given great service over many years, and what a exemplary footballer he is. Always plays the game but fair. Off goes Ducker, but he's confident of making the distance. No breeze at all. Kick is a nice looking drop. It's right in the square, almost a big Mark Lum. Ducker swings on it. With him there is Rowe. Good tackle put on him. Back now to McNeil. He'll use his pace. He'll have a shot. No, he doesn't. Chips out. Payne says thank you very much. He thought about hooking the ball back high and away to his left, but Payne loomed at the last minute, changed his mind, sensibly so, and has put out the perfect pass. 15-15 to 8-11, and Payne has had a brilliant game at his 10th mark, his 14th kick. And he's provided a lot of run, and there he pops through his second goal. 15-15, 8-11 late on 7's big lead.
Not too good, and even young Neil just continues to week in, week out. Not only with his blistering pace, but his poise for someone so young. The way he centred that ball was very good, and Payne has been an outstanding player as well. And what about Taylor on the centre of the ground? Approaching 400 games now, and he really has been a brilliant player.
into time on, third quarter. Umpire's whistle is calling the bounce. Bird's eye view. Centre bounce again to the Disbury out in the direction of Fosdyke. Disbury got it again. He sold the double well, but he got run down in the finish. With strength, got it in the direction of Payne. Ball's following him today. Payne time to get up to his feet and then hand it off to Disbury. Now, see if he can do better this time. It's a much better looking kick, but it's still the same result. Still a point. Disbury can't find the goals. 16-16, plays 8-11, Norwood in front.
No joy for Port coach Russell. Just what he can do to get back in the game. Simply, he hasn't got the players out there, not from what we can see at the moment. Or just too much class. Michael Ace working, grovelling after the ball. Well done to Curtis there on the half-back line. Geneva being one of Port Adelaide's best players. High tackle on that fellow as Kennedy bolts off. Umpire thought just explaining why Tim Geneva could get a free kick, and most certainly I agree with him. Geneva, 12th kick, has been one of their better players, but hasn't been able to do a lot of damage because hasn't been able to get the ball where they need it most. And he's about to kick that on the full. The umpire's giving him the benefit of that. At the interchange gate, a throw in, 16-16, 8-11, 28 minutes gone.
For Norwood game as Richardson comes over the top. Now Payne, who wheels back. Been an outstanding player, as we've all mentioned. Away it goes. 15th kick, Payne. Jagged that. It fell into the waiting arms of Smith, Darren Smith, who was obviously not at full form anymore. And might be having a run in ruck. Lummer's there presently. O'Brien just gets to him as he has the kick. Plenty of opposition down there for the Norwood forwards. Rowe very close to the line. He wants a free kick and will get one. That being against Phelps for holding on. So this Norwood side is really just careening away. It's a parade, it really is. They're having a ball. Norwood players, I'd say they're going on from their first half of last week. And they really destroyed North Adelaide. Rowe went to the check side. Got a point with it. 16-17 Norwood. Port Adelaide 8-11. That's 19 scoring shots, the Magpies, and 33 for Norwood. And well into time.
Yes, we've had about 4.5 minutes. It's been a disappointment for the spectators that they would have hoped for a much closer test. Rowan Smith on. O'Brien comes to meet him. Ball lays on the ground, will have to work hard. Can Port build here? The kick. Finds money. There's the siren. 3-quarter time at Football Park. Norwood 16-17. Lead Port 8-11.
That's Norwood by 54 points as we start the last here at Football Park. Can the Magpies get back into this game? John Hall put his hand on it. Fiarchi puts it up to half forward. Balled in front but couldn't mark the ball. Off hands Neagle. Shoots it back towards Richardson, who comes over the top. Well, that clean bowl Smith, who playing in ruck now. Richardson's had that for a while. He has to try and get rid of it. Whatever it was, snagged one out of the pack. Now Abernethy, whose disposal is just brilliant. Takes off, puts it onto the left boot. Oh, Phillips is at centre half forward now, having been moved away from that centre half back. Greg Phillips and Craig Kelly were really at each other in the third quarter after Craig Kelly went to centre half forward. Now Payne for Norwood, one of their better players. In fact, he's had a brilliant game, Payne. 16th kick now. Puts it up high. Boyd under the ball, or coming across the front was Kelly. Gee, they like changing numbers, these Norwood players. James Pike did it earlier. Through goes McNeil. He also has been a star. Neagle for it. McNeil, the man with all the pace, puts the ball on the way. That is dead centre, McNeil. Kick, he's just booted his third goal. What a great performance from the young wingman. Port Adelaide 11, Norwood 17-17 on 7th big league.
Well, how easy can you kick goals? It was no pressure whatsoever from the Port defence, and McNeil just ran the gauntlet, gave it forward, got it back again, and then popped it through. 3 goals. He's played well, but he's had some mates all over the ground. In fact, it's been a pretty complete team effort from Norwood. Port have lagged. 17-17, plays 8-11.
Smith having a run on the ball for Port Adelaide. They need to do something. Smith gets a big thump away, but umpire Elliott has recalled the footy for another bounce. The legs by 60 points. It's going to be a massive win. Still not over yet. Ball against Smith at the bounce. Umpire Elliott puts it down again. That one time it faces Smith. That was take 2. That was exactly the same bounce as previous. Smith did exactly the same thing. He thumped it 20 metres in the Port Adelaide direction. Umpire Elliott will now go for take 3. One thing, you've got a bit of courage to keep on bouncing the ball. Getting a pleasant Sunday afternoon's exercise. The crowd, he bowled it up and he gets the Brock's chair. Ball this one away. In towards centre wing and Arlen Kennedy runs a dead heat, can't get it out. Against Smith, with him Michael Aish, also in there was Taylor. Rowan Smith over the top of Aish, and the umpire said that Aish will get the free kick for hanging on.
Yeah, no doubt there was a retardation there. Aish in the centre of the ground, and he puts it up to right half flank. Curtis there, couldn't cut it off. Daka, who hasn't done a lot, but what he's done has been exceptional. Boyd shoots the long ball out with the left hand. Fosdyke is caught cold. The umpire said he didn't have an opportunity to get rid of it, so he'll bounce it. Phillips is now back, centre half back. I thought he may have been at centre half for a while. Playing right out there. He's moved his players around a bit, coming through Fosdyke. I agree with Ian Day. He's Norwood's best player. Used the right boot on that occasion. He couldn't get the left out. Norwood 17-18, Port Adelaide 8-11. Approaching 4 minutes last quarter.
Kick comes grandstand side. Smith on the ball. He's got Hall to contest with. Ginniver rode that well. Rowan Smith out in front. It's going to be an awkward one for him. Neagle against him. Well, he kept it in play. No, he didn't in the finish. It just trickled out of bounds. So a throw in grandstand side. The difference is 61 points. Norwood in front. It's a pretty hollow victory. Hall to Neagle to Scanlon. We've seen some big victories in recent weeks too. An old absolutely killing sides, and now Norwood doing it this way. Used the body. He's going to kick a goal. No, he's not. He hit the post. It's a good attempt. Used the body well. He started brilliantly. His first ball was excellent. So a point to Norwood. They're 17-19. Porter 8-11. 5 minutes gone in this last quarter.
He really fired that kick in there. The post is still wobbling, just as well as aluminium. Phelps kick in. Well taken at centre half back by Harrison. Has the pace to break clear. Drops a long one. Kick 10 going to the half forward line. Thumped clear of Bald. Here's a chance now. Payne. Neagle goes in towards the half forward line. Kelly again. Oh, he dropped the footy. Had it covered. Daka swoops on it. Beautifully done. Open goal coming up. Daka Bucci's second, third. Great play by Norwood again. Kick 8. 80-11. Port Adelaide on 7's big league.
A real session here at the park. Norwood's disposal, their football know-how. They're getting the ball out of the middle. They're doing all the things that you need to do to win a game of football. Port Adelaide, on the other hand, cannot take a trick. All the Norwood forward players have fired. Each and every one of them has reaped the benefit, the ease with which the ball has come down the ground.
Centre bounce again. Hall against Darren Smith. Hall won it handsomely. A beautiful tap to Rowe. Forward go Norwood again. The Rowe goes towards centre half forward. Out comes Hutton for Port Adelaide. Gets a handball on to Rowan Smith. They're out of defence for the moment, although Rowan Smith's kick was a shocker. Abernethy had to work hard to get it back to Boyd. Boyd goes around McNeil. Now on it goes to Abernethy. A chance for him to steady. From half back, he boots it towards centre half forward. Here, Scanlon can't hold it. Rodney Maynard in trouble. Players go to ground. No able to get it out, and umpire comes into bounce. Half forward left is Paul Northeast. Had a run for about a quarter. Prepares to come back onto the ground. Just wondering who the Port runner's going to bring off. Paul got the tap again. Payne overran it. Tanner was working hard in there. Finally it was Michael Taylor that got it wide to Rowe. Rowe's kick searches for McNeil. He slipped over. Boyd does the mop. His kick is not a good one. It's gone straight back to Tanner. Tanner with a long searching handball finds Ace unattended again at centre half forward. Ace chips in short. Duck will get it. Well done. Although where were those defenders? Ace again 30 metres from any Port opposition. And his pass to Ducker was a beauty. So Ducker, who kicked one a few moments ago, has 3 for the day. .35 metres out. 68 points is the lead. Make that 74. Ducker gets his 4th. 19-19 Norwood, Port 8-11.
The amazing thing is how Aish can continually get out on his lonesome without anybody trying to pick him up. He's a dangerous enough man when you're tagging him, but when you give him a space of 30 metres, there's no way in the world that he's not going to be a brilliant and effective player. He got the ball, beautiful long handball out, Ducker on the lead, another good mark and goal, and they've got their 19th on the board.
Well, this is something that we're coming to expect from Port Adelaide. I saw them weeks ago at the Bay and they were just destroyed. It's just happening again, and one wonders what lies ahead for this Port Adelaide side this year. I think the one thing we can say is that Russell Johnston, Martin Leslie and Greg Anderson are all out of the side. That's not really relevant today. We've got 20 players, just the same opposition. Nearly good enough today. Fosdyke, the ball, no mark. A lot of pace there from Harrison, matched by Richardson. The Harrison kick floats back towards centre wing. Off hands, it was snared there by Tyler, I think it was, who certainly played a few spots today. The run handball is very good back to Tyler. Tyler's going to put it up high and long. A chance for Darren Smith. Can't get his body to the front of the pack. Tap well. Oh, it comes back to Smith. His quick kick goes back towards Marnie. Oh, what a great defensive effort there by Ross. Now Maynard. Oh, he just dribbled that to the line. Phillips, Fiarchi, Marnie again. Probably try to centre that, which was intelligently done. Smith can't get near it to mark it. Offhand's a point. Port Adelaide 8-12, Norwood 19-19 on Seven's Big League. And this Port Adelaide side would be one of the weakest we've seen for a while.
Well, it's been a fairly soft effort for them today. I probably wouldn't agree with that comment totally, Peter, but fairly soft effort by them today. I haven't seen them in recent weeks. Norwood have been good. Payne bouncing out of defence. So he's got Rowe, but he doesn't want him. Lester Ross supplies the run. Richardson on a lead, takes it at ankle height. So Richardson at centre wing, oops, upsets Curtis. Bit of vigour by Stephen Richardson as he hands it off to Hall. Hall, Ducker, off the chest of Downs, Fosdyke. Difficult one for him to take. Ball lays it was, no, it was Arlen Kennedy. I've had my problems with Arlen Kennedy today, but he was the one that was at the back of Fosdyke, couldn't control it.
At the throw in, Hall at the back. Looks to pass off with a handball, no one supporting, had to kick himself. Harrison up high, chance for Kelly. Harrison back in as he gets the benefit of the bounce. Through the half-back line, Harrison, ground covering kick up towards Fiarchi, half-forward line. Tanner back in defence, through goes Michael O'Brien, but he can't get Tanner off the football. And finally, umpire thought we're going to ball it up on the half-forward left flank. Hall off, Disbury on. Disbury's a very mobile ruckman, one of the quickest I've seen around for a while. He's got the talent to have matched it in other areas. A very promising player. A ball up on the half-forward left flank. Norwood by 83 points. Taylor. I saw the Bays kick Port Adelaide off the turf by about 90 odd a couple of weeks ago. So Port Adelaide not having a good run in 1987. Admittedly, a lot of their better players are out. Peter Marker thinks it's one of the weaker sides around for a while. Bald, Taylor, O'Brien gets out the long handball. Here's a chance for Archie. Makes a meter, gets it away, but it's poor. No, he's going to get a free kick for a push in the back as he was dispatching the footy. The umpire said it was illegal, a push in the back, and the Norwood players just explaining where umpire thought went wrong. But Fiacci is going to get the second at goal. His first one was going to be easily marked in defence, but this one should make the distance comfortably. George Fiacci from about 25 metres out. Whether he kicks a goal now or not is purely academic. Saving face more than anything. Kick 9, Fiacci's first goal, and the legs come back. I mean, North Adelaide come back 9-12 to 19-19.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Ian. It's not one of the best Port Adelaide sides that I've seen for a while. We saw them a couple of weeks ago at the Bay, and they were certainly belted off the park that day, and just doesn't seem to be much fight or a lack of fight out there from them. Admittedly, they've got players out, but that can be no excuse. 9-12 Port, Norwood 19-19.
Set of bounces, Lum on the ball against Disbury. Disbury won it easily. Rowe under siege from Tyler. Fosdyke clear easily. Searching handball to Kelly. Kelly will bang it in towards the goal, and Barn could mark this in the square. Under pressure, it fell out of his arms, and I thought he may have got a free kick, but none forthcoming. And Brother Neil can't believe it, nor can the Rock. It seemed an obvious free kick to me, Ian, but went unpaid.
I'd agree with you, David. Phelps. Long kick out of defence. Scanlon, another fine performer. He's a very tough defender, is Justin Scanlon. Gets it up to McNeil. He's got to get a free kick, but the umpire will play to advantage. Neagle long, goes in towards Balm again. In front this time. The umpire didn't see the free kick there again. And in there is Tyler, playing centre-half back at the moment. And umpire thought will come in for the bounce. 19-20 plays 9-12. 14 minutes gone last quarter. Norwood by plenty. Down goes the ball again. Balm in against Lum. Tapped out there towards the outer side. In there is Richardson, gets the kick away. Michael Aish! Oh, what a mark! A brilliant mark by Aish. Had to sit over northeast and has got the ball 20 metres out right in front. Aish has had a ripper, no question about that at all. Kick number 18 coming up, and he's taken 9 marks, and some of them have been big ones. Michael Aish in a lot better form than earlier in the season when I saw him play a few games. It wasn't the Michael Aish that we remember, but on this occasion, the umpire's got to go galloping as he missed. Gee, only just got that one through. His first goal. The legs make it 20.
Well, young Mike Richardson did, not Mike Richardson, Stephen Richardson did some good work there, because he got boot to ball when he had players hanging on to him. Put it up high, and it was Michael Aish who came in and really judged that one to perfection and kicked the goal. 20-20 Norwood, Port Adelaide 9-12. We're approaching 15 minutes now of this last quarter.
Well, certainly a walloping, 74 points at the moment. I've seen some very big margins recently in league football. I'll be interested to get Ian's comments in a moment about that. The kick forward. Balm can't. At the bottom, Harrison works hard. Oh, he's in trouble, but he's going to get it on to Kennedy. Kennedy pushes it on further. Here's a chance for Port Adelaide. They're into attack. Phillips is the target. Almost a miraculous one-handed mark by Phillips. Now he's under siege from Rodney Maynard, and the ball is dribbled out of play. I'm not sure, yes, the umpire has caught up with it. What are your thoughts, Ian, about that?
Well, David, my humble opinion, the reason you get huge margins like this is because of the ridiculous big centre square. Never did agree with it. And what it does, it makes the strong teams stronger and the weak teams weaker. And if you haven't got good players in the square, you haven't got a hope in hell. And that's what's happened today. Norwood have got good players in the square. They're getting the ball out comfortably and they lead by plenty. McNeil drives up to the half-forward line. Michael Aish again. He'll need support from there. Hasn't got the footy. Played cleverly, and he's won the free kick. Oh, there's a dozen players out there on their lonesome. He can kick it too. Rowe's the one he chooses. He'll slip a handball over, and Payne ought to kick another goal. drive through, and Norwood doing it ridiculously easy. Number 17, goal 3, and Norwood doing it on the bit. It's been game, set and match, to use today's parlance, a long time ago.
As it ever, I don't think we can commit ourselves to any more superlatives to describe the Norwood performance, nor can we commit ourselves to any of the opposite descriptions to describe Port Adelaide. Norwood is a good team. Port Adelaide just isn't a team today. They have no cohesion, no fluency at all. In particular, they don't have any ruck superiority, nor do they have any on-ball players to take advantage of any superiority.
5 goals to Craig Kelly, 4 to Mark Ducker, and now 3 to David Payne. They're the major goal scorers for Norwood. Here they go again, Payne out in front. Disbury should get it next. He's gone loose into the pocket, but Payne's going to go further than that. Or Ducker a chance at the back. Almost took it one-handed into the open goal. Also Stephen Rowe, his first or second? Second. And Norwood get their 22nd goal. 22-20. Port 9-12 on 7's big lead.
Well, it is ridiculous. I won't say that Port Adelaide have given up, but at the moment they're just chasing Guernseys, and there's players. Simply in my book, you've got one man to stand and you ought to be on him. Now, if everyone stands a man, there can't be any loose ones, but it's not happening at the moment. Norwood have got as much as 4 and 5 loose men just careering through their forward lines, and it's very, very difficult for the defenders. In fact, if I was a defender, I'd spit the dummy, as they say in modern day terms.
Work out that winning margin. Is that 96 points? 86, is it, David? Yes, thank you. That's extraordinary. I just can't really believe that I'm watching the black and white out there, the formerly powerful black and white. There's just nothing happening out there for them. Hearing a few suggestions from the commentary box here, but they're inappropriate. Neagle, Richardson, centre wing, Tanner, the running player, could be Norwood's best player, in fact, Fosdyke. 20th kick, shoots it out to Michael Ash, and he played a captain's game too. The kick, not a good one, but it may still come off. Rowe, here they go again. Kelly runs into the open goal, and he's just booted his 6th from his 12th kick, and a big performance from him. Norwood 23-20 now, Port 9-12 on 7's big lead.
Well, it's been an interesting day for Craig Kelly. Started in brilliant fashion at full forward in the first quarter. 2 goals, 3, and that could have easily have been 4 goals. Shifted out in the third quarter to centre half forward, and Baum hurt himself. Had a confrontation with Phillips. He's still playing at centre half forward, and he's just kicked his 6th goal. It's a pretty productive day's work for Craig Kelly.
A margin of 92 points, the biggest winning margin ever by Norwood against Port Adelaide. 112 points back in 1982, and at 19 minutes into the final quarter, and the way that Norwood are playing at the moment, they could eclipse that margin. Let's see what Port can do about it. One man in there fighting hard for the ball, Harrison. McNeil gets the kick away up towards Michael Ash again. Great mark. Umpire's paid it, given it away to Richardson. Not on the best of angle. He's got to come back in field. Doesn't know where to go as he boots it up now towards Rowe. Fine mark in defence taken by Lum. Whips it out wide. Here's a chance now for Phelps to clear it. The big fella has a bounce. Tyler. Short. No, he goes longer in the end. Finds Phillips. He's clear centre field. Now a chance for Port Adelaide to go into attack. Off goes Smith. He'll get a leap at it. One grab can't complete. Mark in the right forward pocket. Nobody home. Hooks around the corner. Boulays. Fine mark. Read the buck well. And he's got a chance 15 metres right out in front. Kick number 12, Boulays. Kicked the goal on the first. Darryl Boulays, the boy from the West Coast, pops it through for goal number 2, and Port Adelaide get into double figures. 10-12, they trail the legs, 23 goals, 20.
That was a good passage of play too from Port Adelaide when they ran the ball right from the back line to the forward line. And that sign is not really appropriate today, the mighty Magpies. I think that's perhaps more appropriate to Norwood. Norwood's performance has been mighty in all aspects of that word. Port Adelaide 10-12, Norwood 23-20, and Magpies have to play North Adelaide at Alberton next week. So they're in for a delicate stage of their 1987 season.
Centre bounce again. Lum. Well, Michael Taylor's been a very fine player. Neagle gets it forward. It's a difficult one for Rowe. Ball, well done. Beautiful turn out of trouble, but he's kicked. Michael Taylor. Kick number 15 for Michael Taylor. Puts it in short to Kelly. Kelly's had a field day today. Off goes Barham on the lead. That's his 8th mark. It's at centre half forward. On the ground, Kurt started in the centre, has shifted to the back pocket. Richardson puts it out for Disbury, ever so easy. And Disbury now just nonchalantly goes back. And he's about, what, 50 metres from goal. They've already kicked 23. Disbury is kicked a goal. 2 points only. 6th kick. Spent a lot of time on the interchange bench. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a penalty free kick to Port Adelaide defence.
Looks like Phelps to take it. No, it's going to be Lum. Lum in the back pocket, no one standing his mark. He can play off. Gets a lead from Curtis, but gee, he's going to be covered by McNeil. Curtis has got Harrison clear, however, and gets the ball well to that player. Harrison, one of Port Adelaide's better players as well, as he comes off the half-back line. Or he can bounce, plenty of pace. Michael Ace can't catch him, puts in a long one. Smith goes off on the lead. Warhurst there with him. At the back of the pack, Murdoch with him, Geneva. Murdoch goes for the safety of the line. A throw in the full forward right pocket, the leg 23-20, Port Adelaide 10-12.
Certainly a great performance by Norwood. S.A. Great, I think, describes it. We saw them last week play exceptional football in the first half against North Adelaide at the Parade. They were run over in the second half, but they certainly showed signs. And I think the way that Neil Barham has placed his side today has really paid off. Taylor in the middle, Barham at centre half forward, Kelly at full forward. Although Kelly and Barham have exchanged places mid-game because of Barham's cramp. Phillips to Abernethy. Abernethy with the right boot, and that one left boot, should I say, swinging back. A goal to Abernethy from his 17th kick, and he just picked up his 2nd goal. Port Adelaide 11-12, Norwood 23-20 on Seven's big lead.
It's very hard to say anything nice about Port Adelaide this afternoon. Abernethy started well, but just sheer weight of numbers has prevented him from being a real top-line performer. But when you've got so many players down in performance running alongside of you, it's very difficult to get into the game strongly. But he's one of their better players.
Back to the centre of the ground, Disby taps it down. Oh, the run, the pace of Fosdyke as he bounces it through half forward. Gee, could kick a goal from that great run from the centre. Barham in front, can't get boot to ball, and it's a point off hands. 23-21 to 11-12.
Phelps looks for a lead. Off goes Bald on the outer side, but he's going straight down ground. O'Brien's going to have to stand his ground. Did it well. He's got time to charge off. He's got plenty of pace, Michael O'Brien. Number 10, Fosdyke can't catch him. He could boot a goal here. Goes for home with a long one. I think he's got it. Oh, brilliantly done. The best performance for the day. From woe to go, marked the kick-off, bolted downfield, kicked the goal first, and Port Adelaide have got number 12 on the board, but the gate is shut and it's too late. But what a great performance by Michael O'Brien.
Certainly was. That's the sort of thing we expect Michael O'Brien to do with the string pace that he's got. Started the game in the forward pocket, missed a couple of opportunities. In fact, I think he booted 3 behinds earlier in the game. But, gee, that was sensational. Great effort. 12-12 the Magpies. Norwood 23-21.
Lum against Disbury. Lum stump away. Tanner fumbles the first chance. They put the saddle on him and the umpire will come into bounds. Umpire Neville Thorpe in control with David Elliott. Bounce down in the attacking corner of the square. 23-21 to 12-12. Disbury and Lum. Rowe. Richardson. Michael Taylor puts it out wide. Getting back on it is northeast. Michael Ace, the good tackle, and the ball tumbles out of play. Throwing half forward right flank.
Paul northeast, Played to represent Port Adelaide apparently, Ian, playing today. His second league game, but it's been a disastrous match for him, unfortunately.
Yes, you really, when you're that young, you really need to have good experienced players around you, and perhaps a side that's performing better. Well, that's a good mark from Ducker. An impressive player, Graham.
Well, yes, he's a rangy type, very thin. He held his ground well then, and set up the chance to score his club's 24 goals. Going back to Port North East, I saw him play his first league game last week, and he was very impressive actually for a kid. He came on and he tackled. He won kicks with ease. But today it's a different story, of course. It's all that matters.
10th kick. That's 5 goals to Mark Ducker. Would you just say he's a bit of an Adamson type player?
Brian Adamson, possibly, Peter, without question, the most skilled player I ever coached in my 10 years in league football, so that's giving him a big rap. But he is thin. We used to call Brian Adamson the pull-through. He was so small, like thinnish. Actually, he's got skill, though, this Ducker boy. I like him.
Yes, only very young. His father, of course, played league football for North Adelaide, as did his uncle Murray, who was also a top league umpire and umpires director at some stage. Bit of sport in their family. Scanlon, Ross, Richardson, the tan man.
He lost that, I think.
He still got it. Peter and I discussed that earlier in the season. Nearly got put off air. Kick up towards the half-forward line. Easy Murdoch. At centre half-back takes the mark. Murdoch played pretty well. I haven't found a Norwood player that hasn't contributed. Ross. A long kick. Michael Taylor over the top Abba and thumps the ball out of play.
What a contrast, Ian. Their last game at Football Park, Norwood lost by 100 points.
Well, that is a contrast because they're presently winning by 81. Perhaps, Ian, while I'm calling, you might try and find some Port Adelaide players who have won their position, if you can. It's been a great performance by Norwood as Colin Ball picks it up. Hasn't really had a big afternoon. It's a centre half forward now. Curtis. She had a penetrating handball which finds Ginniver onto the left boot. A chance for Darren Smith. No, he won't get that far. It comes off hands money in the forward pocket. So we'll see it throw in at right forward pocket now for Port Adelaide.
You guessed it, Peter. I can't find one. I can't even find one that I reckon that's broken even. And that's a sad state. There's some talent for you. Unfortunately, they don't play footy, for Port Adelaide's sake, that is. Throwing in the right forward pocket. Phillips. Maynard. Phillips again. Ross. Maynard. Ball A's. Disbury. And the ball is kicked away, but the umpires called for the bounce. 24-21 to 12-12. A disappointing end to the huge crowd here, because normally, historically, the two oldest clubs in the South Australian National Football League and foes from yesteryear normally put on a good show. But unfortunately, it's been an exhibition rather than a contest, and the crowd obviously disappointed. Here's a chance for Warhurst to clear. Back towards centre field. Lum's back there, Fiacci. Intercepted brilliantly there by Taylor. The bottom of the pack was Payne. Got forward by North East. Now Arlen Kennedy. Fiacci straightens up, pushes out a pass, finds Ginniver. Tim Ginniver, I was about to say he's one of the players that could have won his position, but when you have a look at the opposition against him in Rowe, and he's had 17 kicks, Rowe and also Payne, you couldn't possibly say he's been a more effective player than those two players. So the ball, right forward pocket.
You know, Ian,
16th kick, Arlen Kennedy.
Port are stirring at their 10th straight loss to Norwood today.
Kennedy's kicked a nice look kick, and he's popped it through for his second. And Port now moves to 13-12. So they 24-20.
Give a good play for Port. I think Arlen Kennedy's had his moments today, and it was a very neat goal. Of course, their face side somebody else. Pure academic Port Adelaide finish up kicking, but yes, 10 straight wins. And Magpies now have forward. 1-1 when.
Well, I think that's why you and I picked them, Graham. Pre-match, but I think we're astray. 75 points, in fact. Disbury, they go back to McNeil, who's been an exceptional player. He really has been. He's got so much energy and run and drive. McNeil, 16 kicks he's got. And Rowe it was who gave it to Payne. What a long way he's been. Yeah, McNeil's booted 3 goals from to wing, so from forward full forward. Spent a bit of time at centre half forward. Picked out, did well. Can do no wrong this Norwood side.
No, that's indicative of how Port are going. Dewsbury outmarked George Fiarchi for the ball. That's not on. They just simply have a situation where a man stands in front of style, the opposition have the ball, Port, and in that instance we had a little 5'6" over in George Fiarchi standing. What would he be? 6'4", the big fella Dewsbury?
Certainly indicative, Graham. That was his 7th kick this and 91 centimetres on goal by Ian. I don't know what that means. I think he's pretty tall.
On the terms of the centimetre, no, I should be. 191 centimetres. University of 6'3", which the former expert beside me tells me. So that's quite a ask for George Fiarchi to try and match him up in duel, isn't it?
I agree. 25 to 21 to 13 12. Gets up towards the half-forward line. Eagle. Up back line Tanner. Another 5 for 5. Has time to have a run. Brian will catch him. He's going to be shepherded even if he can. Long kick by Tanner. Richardson up in front. Kelly close to the line. Yes, he's in play. Richardson in back in the 1-2. Drive towards goal. Bad attempt at the back. McNeil can't bring it down. Still in play. According to the umpire, is it? No. Good control there by the goal umpire into the boundary umpire. The ball is out and the throw left full forward.
Gee, one stat that we forgot about Ian. Norwood booted 9 goals in this quarter and seem to have done it with such nonchalant ease that we haven't noticed it all happening. Kick at goal left. Was flying point. That was his 20th kick. So we're 33 minutes now time on in this last quarter. 25-22 to Port Adelaide 13-12.
For the second time in 3 weeks, a lot of soul searching to do. They lost the Bay by 97 points 3 weeks ago, won the following game at Alton, and now gone down a heap again today. So it's a very sad Port Adelaide story this season.
And the ball, and there it is, a story for Port Adelaide. Great one for the legs. They have caned Port Adelaide to the tune of 25-22 to 13-12 here at